Hey everybody, this is Cameron, and today I have a special treat for all of you. With me is the newly elected mayor of North Bend, Washington, Mary Miller. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's a thrill to be here, Cameron, to meet you and to say hi to everybody out there listening in. Hi, everyone.
And I think it's amazing that you're sitting there right now in Tweeds, aka the Double R Diner from Twin Peaks.
Of course I am. And I have fabulous people here that allowed me to drop in and allowed the public to come and join us on this fun adventure we're having right now today. It's a great place to be.
All right, so my first question is, how does one become the mayor of North Bend, Washington? Is this something you've always wanted to do? Is this something you've stumbled into? Take us a little bit on that journey.
Well, my journey is probably a little different than a lot of people. I didn't grow up wanting to become a politician first and foremost. I'm more of a artistic-minded. I'm actually a business owner and a photographer, longtime photographer here in the Valley. And I'm a community lover, bar none. So I fell in love with the community many, many years ago when we moved here, about 33 years ago, I believe. Have raised two wonderful children to adulthood. And I just got more and more involved with the community as a volunteer, also in commissions, boards, wherever I could place myself and be of value and bring positive thoughts and leadership to others. Mentoring is another thing I've done forever. I wanted to do. So it came very naturally to me, unbeknownst to where I began in my life many years ago.
So you were there for when Fire Walk With Me was being filmed in '92.
Absolutely.
So I have to pick your brain about that. What memories do you have of that time?
Well, we didn't know a lot was going on. It was very, not even hush, well, it was a little bit hush hush. So people would just kind of basically stumble on. And if there was some filming in the area here, we quickly figured out that you needed to walk away and not disrupt the scene. So, me as an artist, and I'm also added television and movie buff, I caught wind of it very quickly and held the confidences of what was going on. So we can disrupt the motivation of keeping this a secret for a while. And you didn't want to destroy that and the buzz. Want the buzz going. So this was a much quieter town back then too. And we pretty much exploded, I guess, the population from about a little over 2,000 in the early 90s to we're close to 8,200 right now. So it was a lot quieter town.
Your town in North Bend actually held the U.S. premiere of Fire Walk With Me in the theater right across the street from Tweeds.
The Burroughs family, who owns the theater presently, they're wonderful. They've done so much for our community. And they're also a huge part of the history here surrounding Twin Peaks in my thoughts.
So the first time I was ever able to visit your beautiful area, it was in 2003. So about 11 years after Fire Walk With Me had come out. And I was kind of surprised that there really wasn't a lot of kind of Twin Peaks awareness. It seemed like it had kind of gone away. And then obviously with the making of season 3 coming back to your area, it seems like now it's never left. It seems like it's now here to stay, as it's almost like your area fully has embraced the Twin Peaks image, which is very exciting to see for many, many, many fans.
Cameron, what's really wonderful is that our community is really embracing the Twin Peaks and tourism factor. We want to celebrate that, and all the small businesses in the area that can thrive because of it too. We've got a business right down the street called Twin Peaks Health and Wellness. They're on Main, wonderful shop. And we've got a pub right next door called Twin Peaks Pub, for example. You can always stop in there and meet and laugh with some great people while you have a libation of your favorite kind. And then just a little bit down the street, we have North Bend Trading Post, and they sell a lot of merch for Twin Peaks there. So, and North Bend, the city of North Bend. So we've got 17 new businesses in the area, and a lot of passion and a lot of fun, and a lot of people that want to be here and work well together and thrive. So this is an exciting time. And we're going to make it as exciting as we can for everybody.
It definitely is an exciting time because you know, I as being a longtime fan of the show, I've seen the ups and downs, and either people have been really interested in it, or you know, maybe the interest has kind of dipped a bit. Now it seems like it's at an all-time high that I haven't seen since 2017, when the show was on, and the show has been off the air for years. So there is
Yeah.
something in the air or in the water where, you know, people are just really happy to bask in this show. And last year, your town put on the Real Twin Peaks event, or Twin Peaks Days event. This year is your second year in doing that. It seems like this year is going to be even better and bigger than last year. So, what can you tell us about the event, and how the community is all coming together to kind of give
Well,
the fans a wonderful weekend?
oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell you about it. I think we had 8,000 people last year. We were hoping to at least triple that. That's my hopes for one. And there's three cities involved: Falls City, Snoqualmie, and North Bend. And we're all here to celebrate not only Twin Peaks for a whole weekend, February 23rd. That's Friday the 23rd to Sunday the 25th. So there's going to be multiple events all throughout the valley where people can, well, you can go online and buy a ticket, but you can come around all these towns and really feel a part of the experience all the more. And there might be a proclamation along the way from North Bend. You never know.
What events are you looking forward to attending yourself?
As many as possible. I'll try to make really as many as I can. I'm going to have that weekend off. So that's my motivation, is get out there and be amongst the people and feel the vibe and celebrate alongside you.
I know you can't go into this a lot, but I just to kind of give our viewers a little bit of a kind of fun little tease. You were there a lot during the making of season 3 while they were filming in that area. And while you cannot show any of the pictures that you took, can you tell us a little bit about what it was like to see them on your streets again, and just the excitement level of you know, seeing that all happen?
Well, I'll begin with an embarrassing story. How's that?
Okay.
It actually, I ended up walking into it. I turned my back and walked right into a scene because I came around a corner, didn't know the scene was playing. So that was my most embarrassing story. And then the rest of it's all fun. But I was able to use my camera. Working for the city of North Bend, I had to stay aware of the non-disclosure agreements, so no pictures could be displayed by a media or by me, and I will held to that seriously. But I got to meet a few of the actors, some of them that never were playing, and that was cool. And also all the little businesses around here that closed, and that was a scene for what they were shooting that day. I mean, all the backstories of what it took to clean up a space in order to make it presentable and something unbeknownst to what you saw beforehand. So a rundown shop became something incredible. So it was fun to see that part of the build out, I would say.
That
But
was
generally,
the drapery shop, correct?
yes, you know it, the drapery
Yeah.
shop. I was trying to be very gracious anyway. But it's kind of the backstory. Being a photographer for so many years, a photojournalist to begin with, it's always in the story you're seeing in front of you and relating back to the public. For me, I just held those images closely to my heart. But there was an awful lot of fun. Everybody was really very nice to be around. They had a high level of security, so I got to know the security guards along the way too. So it was just a whole spin of stories that I guess a person like me doesn't mind dropping into, and I'm grateful for the experience all the more. It makes it more special for me, and I'm able to talk to the season with a little bit more enthusiasm, because I felt very connected, I guess.
So after every day's shoot, did you have to turn over your film to David himself so he could make sure they didn't get published?
There was nothing like that, but it was good. It was good.
I kid.
I have a couple people to come bring in. I think I'm going to begin with a friend of mine and a longtime, I would say you're pretty famous in the valley here, Bob. Okay, our famous friend, Bob Antone. He's a musician, a writer. Oh my gosh, what don't you do? Historian.
I'm not really a plumber and an electrician.
Do you want to be a politician someday?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Starting right now.
Okay,
No.
so let me introduce the world to Bob Antone. Come on in.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll sit on this.
Hello there.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like Bob. It looks like Bob officially has Mary Miller's endorsement as the next mayor of North Bend.
All right. Wow.
All right. Well, welcome, Bob. It's great to see you again.
You too. You too. Wonderful to see you.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about your history with the area and what events like this coming up in February, not only of celebrating Twin Peaks, but also the tourism of your area.
Right. Well, first of all, I'd like to say that the show itself is a wonderful trip back in time for a lot of the local people because, especially like the first pilot episode, you see a lot of clips of the old mill and how this town used to be. So for folks like me and a lot of the old timers, a lot of the locals, it's very nostalgic. And also this cafe that we're sitting in right now, if it wasn't for the show, this may not be a cafe. This could be something else. And so it's so wonderful to come here, have a little time capsule, this beautiful little gem of culture on the corner in North Bend. And so we're very thankful for the Twin Peaks phenomenon. But it's very important. We're working with Mary here to help all the local businesses here and encourage people to visit the area. We're very proud of our town, and we love it when people come in and celebrate the culture of the area. All of these businesses along Main Street, also in Snoqualmie, just encouraging everybody to come and enjoy themselves and just party, have a big party, and you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah. So we're really excited about it, and yeah, very proud to be from North Bend. My dad opened a business here in 1979. A real estate office, and I've talked about this before. And he opened with Caroline Thompson, and as you know, Thompson's Cafe was the original incarnation of this cafe here. So very proud. He was very, very close.
And you were there at your dad's business when they were shooting the pilot, and you saw Dana Ashbrook like getting ready to get into character.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he came across the street. I was wearing an Eraserhead T-shirt. Huge fan of Lynch already. And he came up and he looked in the window. He saw me sitting there and he kind of stuck his tongue out and he kind of licked the glass a little bit. It's kind of fun.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I was going to say that totally fits into his character. Mary, would you like to introduce us to your next guest?
Sherwood Cameron and to the world as well. Here's Rusty Yasso. He's a ninth grader from Two Rivers. And welcome, Rusty. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here.
So, Rusty, in a little over a month, a whole onslaught of people are going to be coming to your area to celebrate the show and just take in the absolute beauty of the North Bend, Snoqualmie area. What can you tell us as a local what it's like to live in this kind of environment?
So I grew up in Snoqualmie, and so far it's been a great experience. It's a nice small town, so everyone knows each other super well, and it's just littered in like scenic views and hikes, and all these places you can go and check out. And this history from the train tracks that run, because they run all over the state. They run into Oregon. And there's just a lot of history and beauty behind North Bend, Snoqualmie.
That's one of the things I love about Twin Peaks. It kind of used the area and your history to sort of inform the show itself. And that's why it feels so lived in, because even though it's a work of fiction, it does feel like it accurately captures a time and a space.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, no. Twin Peaks wouldn't be the same if it was filmed somewhere else, Right. It was filmed, the reason it's like such a good series is because of where it was filmed. It was filmed here in a very historical area.
So what events at next month's Real Twin Peaks Days are you looking forward to attending?
I'm just excited for the festival, just walking down North Bend, getting to see everybody again. Like once again, small town, lots of connections.
If I can make a recommendation, go watch Wild at Heart on the big screen when they premiere it, because it will absolutely blow your mind. I saw it when I was 14, and that's the only way to see it is on the big screen. So make sure to check that out.
Right. I'll do that. I'll make sure to check that out.
It's going to be at the North Bend Theater across the street.
Yeah. No, that's another really cool place. Like this cafe and certain other buildings, like in the theater. They're old. They're very historical. It's pretty cool.
Right. Well, and the previous guest, Bob, was a projectionist at that theater for the U.S. premiere of Fire Walk with Me. So
Oh, really?
I forgot to mention that to Bob while he was there in the booth.
That's pretty cool.
I didn't know that, Bob.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was. Yeah.
Yeah, Bob is my guitar teacher. That's our new teacher.
It's a cool guitar thing,
Uh-huh.
sure.
Yeah.
And we had the experience with David Lynch and Mark Frost when you
right.
came to my house.
No, when
Yeah.
we were filming the
The third
the
season.
third series.
Yeah.
Bob, I was out on his lawn. I was like 4 or 5, and he was mowing, and Dave Lynch drove by. Give us a
Checking out the
thumbs up. It's
property to
pretty
film
cool.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
True story.
Kind of swag, the original swag back in the day.
Wow, that's so cool.
It'll probably end up in the Historical Society. I'm not kidding. Because they're having during the event, the Historical Society, Snoqualmie Valley Historical Society, is going to have a separate area that you can go in and check out all their memorabilia at Twin Peaks. So this is going into that too. It's an original bottle. I think it costs like $3.25 of water. Twin Peaks, and just don't open and drink a 33-year-old bottle of water. Don't trust it. we protect our water here in North Bend. Let me tell you.
Now that you're the mayor of North Bend and as someone who has, lived there for many years, what do you think the show of Twin Peaks itself captured about your area? I mean, because even though it's got a lot of dark stuff and a lot of humor, what is it about the show that makes it feel like people are coming home when they're not only watching the show but also visiting your town?
Well, I think like Dale Cooper fell in love with the people here. That's exactly what I did personally. So it is the people. There's a lot of friendly faces. People really care about each other. When there's a situation, unfortunate situation that occurs out there, people rally with each other and they stand up for each other too. So there's a huge amount of love in this community. And that's something you can't fake, falsify, or necessarily always think that's going to be there. But when it does come together, it has brought me to tears many times over the course of the 33 years of being here. So I love the exceptional people here. It's what probably drove me to step up into a position of planning commissioner, first of all. That's an appointed position. And then I ran for council, and I ended up with one term there. And after that one term, I ran for my present position, which I'm grateful that the community stood behind me. And I value everybody out there, your opinions. So you can always call me, text me, email me, Facebook Messenger me if you like.
Okay.
But I'm here for you.
Now you got to set up a Bluesky and a Threads account and just be on all the social media platforms. One thing you did mention to me, which I'm really excited about as somebody who loves film itself, is that you really want to kind of open the floodgates in North Bend area for easier access for filmmaking crews or filmmakers to make their movies or shows in your beautiful area. Can you tell us a little about that?
Well, we have been, well, actually, I'll go back a little further. Vancouver and Canada has been used for a lot of mimicking our area for film shoots or commercials, abundant amount of things. But now we're having a shift in our film industry here. And so there's great hope for promotion to come out our way and great benefits with it for people who live out here, for income for the city, and bringing more tourism. Being careful about how much tourism. We want to not have an onslaught always coming, but you never know. Just be careful how you plan things is what I say. But I have great value in being more involved with the film industry and that arts sector. There's a lot of great people doing great things. They just need support. There's tons of grants out there, I might add, for the arts. Just on a side note, we've got fabulous people who are in the arts, artists themselves, actors, set designers, costumers that live in this valley. That would be a great job to have for them too, right? So it's commerce and employment and beauty and preserving that beauty on film would be great. And that's what David Lynch has already done for us. He's preserved parts of the community and that amazing mountain of Mount Si. I call it the Chameleon Mountain. It's changing all the time. But when I look at the show and the opening credits, it brings me home immediately. So I'm grateful to be here and to live in this community all the more. So it's fun. So what more could you hope for?
Absolutely. I mean, being a Twin Peaks fan is about having fun. All
Yes,
right, Mary, would you like to introduce us to your third guest?
I would love to. Okay, Cameron and the world. This is Greg. Come on in, Greg.
Okay.
Have a seat.
Hello. So I was coming out here for Twin Peaks Days, and we already have our little community of Twin Peaks fans that have moved here because of the show or whatever. And they showed me around that day, and I really felt home. I got to know the community. Fell in love with the landscape and everything. So it went like beyond the show. So I'd already eventually planned on one day coming here. But then when I got back, it's when the pandemic hit, and my previous boss got on the work share program pretty early through the government, and so I was a barista, and people were thankful we're open, so I'm making a lot of money, and can't go anywhere and spend it, so I just was stashing it to save. And one of my friends who used to work at the bakery was like, "You should get a hold of the new owners, Max and Rachel. They probably could use a server that knows about Twin Peaks." So Rachel interviewed me over Zoom in June of 2020 and hired me, and I packed up within 3 weeks after finding an apartment. And I've been here since July 2020. And North Bend's it really become my home. This
So
is
you've
my
had
family.
you've had a lot of cool things happen lately. You guys just got the double R light on the Tweed sign. Why don't you tell us a
Yeah, it was
little bit
awesome.
about what that event was like for the community?
That was incredibly special. Like the turnout was amazing. Um, it came together so great. Like the events at the theater were beautiful. The Julie Cruz concert, and then my friends in Wisteria Lodge, or the band that was playing when it lit, and that was pretty epic as well. To hear the roar, and we had actors from the show here. But honestly, the biggest celebrity out in the parking lot was Pat Coquell, who owned the diner from '76 to '97, and just ear to ear smile on her face. Everyone coming up to her like, "Thank you for this diner. It's so special." Like, it really goes beyond the show.
Believe it or not, Pat just sent me a Facebook request to be your friend.
She's fantastic.
So what are you looking forward to next month's Twin Peaks Days event? Is there, obviously you talked about Wisteria Lodge, they're going to be playing in the diner.
That's gonna be great.
What can you tell us about the event itself and what you're excited about?
I'm most excited about Wild at Heart at the theater.
Absolutely. If you,
Would be cool.
as I've said to many people, anytime I'll repeat it too. If you've never seen it in a movie theater, you haven't quite seen it yet.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's one of my favorite Lynch films. So that I'm probably the most pumped about. When I'm on Twin Peaks Days, I really like to do things organically too. Just the interactions with the fans. That's really that's what I'm most looking forward to. It's like my Christmas,
Right,
They'll
exactly.
get together and it's like family time. So yeah, people haven't seen in a long time, and it's like they never left.
I'm going to walk around. So let's do
All
a
right.
little quick tour. So as you can see, there's a ton of memorabilia. There's wrapped in plastic. And oh my gosh, we got these. Here's Lynch, young David Lynch, and young Kyle MacLachlan. They're the best.
Oh, there's
This is a
Annie.
Yep. Sure enough, there's Laura. It's a famous picture. There's Peggy, the rest in peace, Peggy Lipton. She was awesome.
Did you get a chance to meet her?
I didn't get a chance to meet her. I saw her from the distance, but she was swarmed with a lot of people back in the day, as I remember. A lot of costumers and people were, making sure that she was being taken care of. But she had her old team. But I did see her.
I love that the diner has been repainted to match
Yes.
the diner in the show itself.
Yeah, and I'm gonna this is towards the hallway with an exit. So you can see the floor. I even did that. You see that okay?
Yeah, looks great. It's the chessboard of Cooper and Wyndham Earl.
Sure is. So they kept that theme and made it their own. So it's never to be forgotten. And all the more exciting to be here. And I'm gonna walk around a little bit more. So you can come right here, enjoy a fine cup of coffee, a damn good fine cup of coffee. Of course, that
Can you
cherry
take
pie.
Mary? Can you take us
What's
outside
that?
and
Yeah.
show us the double R on the sign?
Hello. Sure can. Here we go. Welcome
And
to
then
downtown North Bend. Yep.
And then directly across the street is the movie theater right there.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to shoot right up here. Just know if I've got the angle.
Oh, that's amazing.
Is that the angle?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, good. All right. And then this is looking down the street.
And then right across the street is where the drapery shop was in season 3.
Absolutely. Yep. And there's the mountain right behind, outside.
Beautiful. Perfect weather today, too.
Well, I think so. We're just getting through a kind of a winter snowstorm, ice storm last week. So we're recovered from that mostly and cleaned up. But, you know, we are a foothills mountain town. So we're a tough tribe of people that know when the weather's coming, we get prepared, or we try to be as prepared as possible. We have a great public works team that did their best with their plows this last snowstorm. All right. Looks like people are coming into town. I'm gonna go back in the door. Coming back in. Hi, everybody. Okay. There.
So, Mary, since it's such a small area, when you walk into a building or you go shopping, do people like know you're the mayor?
Well, I think some of them are getting the fact they know now. I mean, that sounds, with all humility, I have to muster. I just love the people that are around here. So if you call me Mary or you call me Mayor, I'll respond to both. So either it's a nickname, Mayor. I'm not sure. But the good news is I will say hello.
When you do your proclamation for the Twin
Yes.
Peaks Days, you gotta tap the mic and say, "Is this thing on? Is this thing on?" Like the mayor in the show did.
I will do that. Thanks for reminding me. And I will do a shout out to you, Cameron.
Oh, there you go. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Well, I'll be there for the event. I'm really looking forward to it. It
You're
sounds
great.
incredible. I'm so happy and thrilled that your area is fully embracing the show, but at the same time keeping its own identity. It's really walking just a beautiful line right now between, you know, for the fans and also for the locals. You don't want to lose that local vibe, but at the same time though, you're really giving the fans an experience they couldn't do unless they were on a Hollywood backlot somewhere. And it's like,
Right.
you know, your area is the Hollywood backlot for Twin Peaks, but it's also, you know, a real place where people live and work and raise families.
Well, how cool is that, right?
It's amazing. Yeah.
It is. And I want to just add that some of the buildings that you saw outside, they're historic district, which means that they will not be raised or changed in any dramatic way. So they'll be looking that way for forever, I guess. So kind of cool to know that.
That's awesome. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, Mary, thank you so much for this
Thank you, Cameron.
opportunity.
You're great.
And I'm really looking forward to meeting you and everybody next month. And it's been just a real pleasure getting to know you. And
Thank you.
I'm thrilled you were elected mayor.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that all the more. And I can't wait to meet you, Cameron, and to everybody. Come on out, have some fun. We can't wait. Please come out February 23rd, 24th, 25th. And we're here for you all. Just have a blast and have a great day. Thanks, everyone.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, go on the realtwinpeaks.com website to get your VIP tickets for all the events, or you can come to the town and purchase individualized tickets for each event. So anyway, it's been wonderful. Thank you again. And we will see you soon. And hopefully I'll meet a bunch of you at next month's Twin Peaks event. So, all right, everybody, have a great day.
When we do meet, I'll have my camera on.
All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Take it easy.
Bye.
Take care.